All right, UB2B, we're back. Going live. Uh-oh. All right. So, I'm going to start doing these a little bit different, if I even got anything to say. I mean, I'm going to try to shorten and summarize the video from yesterday and clean up the language. I'm going to go PC. Got to go PC for a little while for if I want to ever get anywhere anyways. I got to get PC on this thing a little bit. Clean up the language and get to the damn point on here. I could say damn, I'm pretty sure. But, I've always just been myself on here, and I've always been doing what I do, have some beers, get on here, free flow off the top of the head with what I wanted to talk about and everything like that. And that's because I'm just a regular dude that makes $11 an hour and don't make too much and don't really got much. But what I got, the freedom I do have, and my time with my kids and all that kind of stuff, and my brujas, I do appreciate that. So I mean, I'm not nothing. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say I'm just a normal person, so that's why I just do normal things and try and do these videos. I'm just, sometimes I'm just rambling, sometimes I'm hitting point after point after point. And so if I can try to like clean it up and articulate my point a little bit better, I should start doing like a deal where I got like a bunch of bulletins to go over, and that way I could keep this thing full of stuff worth watching. Because I know for us guys, for us regular guys, we love sitting back listening to our guys BS and say the same things that we're thinking in our head, which is that this whole system is corrupt. Tyranny has taken over from the bottom to the top. There are good guys out there. There is some good law enforcement out there. There is some, believe it or not, there is some good politicians out there left, because some of these guys, some of these law enforcement guys, some of these politicians are just like us. They believe in the Constitution. They believe everything should be fair and just and by the Constitution, and a lot of people just in general that are human beings and not lizard people or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But, people that are just regular people, whatever career field they work in, just want to be left the hell alone. So I think, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. I try to connect with people that are just like me, which is, some drinking and cussing, mothers. All right. That's just me. I was a sailor, and that's just the way I talk. I'm from Vegas. My set of values is a lot different than other people's set of values. But, if my mom asked me years ago, hey, clean it up, clean the language up, and you can't just be so reckless like you've been. I've had friends, same thing on here, told me, look, you can't just be so reckless. And I never thought, I still don't really think I've ever been reckless. I think that when you're angry, when you're mad about this unjust system, and this is not just some like, paranoid delusional statement or something like that. I'm making a logical, a real assessment of, what is going on. And what is going on is, we are being watched. Okay. So I don't know how far it goes. And even last night, I think I was trying to get that out, but maybe I was saying some stuff that's a little bit not fact, because if you don't have proof, then it's all just speculation, like I was kind of told today. Unless you got proof that your phones are tapped or anything, like any spooky stuff like that, then it's really just speculation. And even when I was being followed and I thought I was being followed, it was still all speculation until it all came to a head yesterday. And it was proven that, yes, I have been being followed, and they're following me. They watch the YouTube videos. They monitor my social media, all that kind of stuff. And they'll be watching. They're either watching this right now, or this will be forwarded to them later. But it's just because I love this country. I love it. I love this country, not any persons in particular, or the reason I love this country is because I was lucky enough to be born into a country that has the U.S. Constitution, and even though it's being all torn up and trampled on and disrespected and disregarded, I mean, by far, I could have ended up in some other, hellhole where stuff is a lot worse. But I believe in the Constitution through and through. I always usually have it with me. I think it's laying over next to my bed somewhere. I believe in it through and through. I don't believe it's flawed. I don't believe anything about it needs to be changed. The only thing that needs to be done with the Constitution is it needs to be upheld. All right. And if anybody is violating the Constitution, the titles that come with violating the Constitution is really on them. I mean, yeah, it's for us to point out, but I don't understand why they would be angry to be called tyrants or to be called traitors or to be called anything like that. I am a nobody. I am just a guy who has a computer and has some cameras that I can get on the YouTube and use this as a way to get out my message and to get out what my daily interactions are with the unconstitutional acts committed in this country. And I used to be focused on headlines and stories and stuff like that, and I would cover them and I'd tell you what I thought about it, my opinion, and the fact that the Constitution's being violated. But I don't even have to look that far no more because it's being violated here, right at home. It's being violated right here in Las Vegas. And it's being done against me and others like me that believe in the Constitution. I mean, that's what it comes down to in the end of the day. When they want to put you on a list for sovereign citizen or whatever, it's funny. It's hypocritical. It's oxymoronic, or I think that's probably the best word. It's an oxymoron. It's basically like the opposite of what I am. I am a God-fearing, Constitution-loving, person. So, I express my views, and whether it's I drink up some beers and I sit on here and I express the views, or I sit here and I drop F-bombs every other word, it's just me being me. So I guess more or less that a lot of people think, and maybe my subs won't agree per se, but a lot of people who are, in higher places and stuff like that agree that if I'm gonna really get my point across, if I'm really gonna make something that people can share and share across the board, then I gotta clean it up. I gotta clean it up. I can't just be on here making everything a drunk chat. And I've known that for a while, so I went away from the drunk chats, but people are still perceiving it as that kind of video just because I'm on here having a beer. So, I have no problem with that, because otherwise, really, if I don't, switch gears here, or I could still be in my lane doing what I do, but I need to do it so I can get to the point. So when people want to show people, hey, this is what Tony's doing, I want to share this, I want to get Tony's message out there or whatever, they can show something that versus all terrains, all types of people, all types of everything, I mean, like it or not, whether we like it or not, it's hard for somebody to listen to a person sit there and drop cuss word after cuss word. It don't bother me one bit. That's just me, though. I'm a sailor. I was born and raised in Vegas. I don't see the same things people, or I don't want to say I don't see, because I get explained to me, and then yeah, I do see where they're coming from. So, in the land of being left the hell alone and being able to do whatever you want to do as long as you're not hurting somebody, none of this stuff would matter. You know, none of this stuff is relevant. If I gotta charge up here. If we weren't living under the tyranny that we're living under, you know, and people were able to say and do what they want, then there wouldn't be no restrictions on how we can do something or how we can't or whatever. And I'm not even restricted, but my point is if I continue to make the same videos like I've been making with the way I do my videos, then I'm not getting nowhere. I'm basically just reaching the people that love me on here, and I love you guys back, the subs. But if I want to make something that, you know, like Michelle Fiore and these other folks, you know, can share with other people, then obviously I gotta present myself more than just, you know, an idiot. I could talk and know the Constitution back and front and be super articulate and everything, but you talking the way I talk and doing all this, you know, I know you guys are gonna hate me for it, but you just gotta understand, all right? When you are in the crosshairs and you can either run and hide or you could bring it to light, and you can like, you want to show your true purpose, and my true purpose is to make sure that there's a future in this country for my children. That's been the whole purpose of this channel. And, you know, I've went off topic and just done, you know, stuff that don't got nothing to do with anything, and that's fun sometimes. But if I truly care, if I truly am a man of my word and the person that I say I am, which is making sure that my children grow up in a future, you know, tyranny free, then I have to elevate my game. I gotta bring myself to the next level to where I can sit here and articulate and everything not be a F-bomb, and let people know, look, I am serious. And I think I could do it too, dropping F-bombs and all that. I think I could do it that way too. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of people, and it's been told to me for not just today, not yesterday, it's been told to me for 3-4 years. Even my own mother told me, you know, if you want people, she told me this years ago. She didn't even think I should be doing this in the first place, but she told me years ago, if you want people to really take you serious, then you gotta clean it up. You really want, I mean, I want to be, if something like I'm doing right now and somebody really wants to share it, but they can't share it because, you know, it's I don't think it's ignorant, but other people, the way they perceive stuff, it can be misconstrued as ignorant or whatever. I think I'd fit right in with the founding fathers and those good old days. I think I'd be freaking on point. I think I'd be like, I would be chilling, having a brewski with George Washington and all them fellers. All right. I think that is honest to God truth. I think I'd be right there. But in this new day and age, this technology, whatever, everything is being like analyzed and overanalyzed, and you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to keep spending so much time on this, but I'm telling you the explanation for how this is going to go. And if I'm going to get on here and I'm going to do this upright, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right. All right. Cause I'm not going to sit here and waste time and waste everybody's time, you know, with just some spectacles here. You know, I want to come with facts. I want to keep it short, keep it sweet, maybe like 30 minutes on each of these or something like that. Keep it short, keep it sweet, to the point, hit it with facts, and all the speculation. Maybe I could save that for the end of the chat and just, you know, disclaimer, this is all speculation. I don't know, you know, I don't know. But some people do what they do. I do what I do. I can evolve, and I've always been able to like go over to my mom's house and cut the cursing off and cut the whole, you know, talking like a sailor, like I talk, you know. I've always been able to just, you know, that's my mom. I respect her. I love her. And, you know, I gotta turn that off and you know, put on my respect face for my mother. So That's what I can do here too. Love me, hate me, whatever. But if I'm going to be able to make a video to where these folks can share this and get this out far and wide, I'm going to have to clean it up a bit. And if it hurts you guys' feelings, hurt some of you guys' feelings, I don't know what to tell you. But this is when they obviously give me the message as far as the surveillance state, when they give me the message that, you know, they're watching every move. And I mean, when stuff goes from speculation to fact, that you know that they're watching you, and you know what their plan is, and you know what they want you to do, then, you know, you could double down on ignorance and be stupid, you know, or you can get your ducks in a row and, you know, come prepared. I didn't really come prepared with like a little bulletin deal today, but maybe that's what I'll do from now on. So stuff is play by play, you know, written out. I just want to see, honestly, I just want to see America return, you know, the Constitution return back to America, America return back to the Constitution, however you want to say it. That's all I really want. All I really want is freedom for all my brothers and sisters that love this country. If you're some type of saboteur, if you're an infiltrator, if you're an invader, if you're a Marxist, a communist, and all that kind of stuff, I don't think that you belong here. I don't think that you belong having any type of say in this country. I don't even think, I mean, I guess that violates the Constitution of free speech. I mean, I guess if you're saying that stuff, I guess it falls within the First Amendment. But if you're practicing all those kind of things to where you're trying to purposely destroy this country, you got to go. You know, you got to go. You cannot be here. Your stuff cannot be tolerated. And for everybody who believes in the Constitution, everybody who's a patriot and who loves this country, who loves the American flag, who, you know, respects the law of the land, you know, should be revered and held up and put in a spotlight and shown, look, this is a person you should, this is the kind of person that you should be. You know, this is the kind of people we should raise our children to be when they grow up. Constitutional law-abiding citizens, you know, that all they want to do is be left the hell alone so they can live their life however they want to live their life. Everything doesn't need to be against the law. Everything doesn't need to be conspiracy. Everything doesn't need to be so bad. Everything could be way better. But I mean, we right now we're being persecuted. I mean, that's the truth. They're coming after folks like me, folks like you guys out there that love this country. And you know, everybody is divisive and I don't know. Even within the patriot community, there's a lot of divisiveness, a lot of bull crap. I could do chew in the videos, I'm pretty sure. So, tobacco's allowed in the videos. Short, I guess I could fast forward everybody, whatever. Short summary of yesterday: pulled over, detained, vehicle searched, work vehicle searched, threatened, harassed, phone taken, gun taken, backpack taken, wallet taken, by bad guys. I mean, straight up and down. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go off on a rampage or whatever, anything like that on how they acted, but just straight up bad guys, totally unconstitutional, you know, dudes. I don't know what you call them. I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys, but that's the gist of yesterday. And FBI wanted to talk to me. You know, they want to wrap me into the Bundy situation, and everything that I did, everything that I saw, everything like that was on camera, was on film. It's on YouTube. I don't have any like secret hidden flash drives in my house. I don't have stuff in my computer or stuff in my phone. I mean, I've went through like 3 or 4 phones since then. You know, I don't have anything that is not on YouTube. Everything that I have done in the last 4 or 5 years, however long I've been on YouTube, I've been transparent, 100% transparent. I posted everything. And that's where even what really, really irks me is the cuss words, the drinking, the, you know, drunk chats, the this, the that. That is all because I was being transparent. I mean, I could, you know, like fake everything, or I could not upload certain stuff, or I could do this or I could do that, but that's not what I did. I'm the opposite of what this law enforcement community who's against folks like us thinks. Everything that I said, everything that I seen and witnessed and all that kind of stuff is all in the YouTube videos. We were there broadcasting, we were there showing folks what was going on. You know, and, you know, I've always, even when I thought somebody was following me or something like that, I always posted that kind of stuff. Anytime any threats I felt came down or anything like that, I always posted that. I always posted everything. You know, I think it was Mule used to joke about, like, Tony makes a video about everything. Every time he eats, takes a dump, etc., whatever. I forget what he said, but, you know, Mule used to say it. Like, I literally was dropping 5, 6 videos about whatever all day, whether one was constitutional and 5 were bullcrap, whatever. I posted everything. I posted all my trips, where I went to, where I came from, this, that, the other. When we were out there, we posted everything that was, you know, we posted everything that you know, saw or even didn't see. I mean, I've watched footage. I've never went through all the footage I've never went through all the footage that I have and went detail by detail looking for faces or this, that, and the other. I just was out there. I posted the footage. People could see the footage. People could see what was going on for their own selves. That's what a lot of us guys did. We just posted and posted and posted. And I don't think, I mean, I know that's not a crime. I'm pretty positive that's not a crime. I don't have anything that's important to anybody. I do a freaking a YouTube channel with 3,000 subs where I get on, have some beers, talk some stuff, talk about what's messed up. You know, you can't even talk about solutions. That's the craziest part. You can point out everything that's wrong, but you cannot talk about solutions, because solutions involve, you know, you talking about taking an action. So even solutions are not allowed to be discussed on this social media. You can talk about the problems all day, but you cannot point out solutions, you know, and that sucks, because I'm a solutionist, if that's even a word. I'm a optimistic person. I think that we could fix all this stuff. I think that everything can be righted and fixed, and we could have our country back, and we could be safe, and we could have our children growing up in a great country. I think that's totally possible. Hold on, I gotta get one of these dips in here. Wrong one. I was trying to mute. Oh well. So, still gonna do the dip thing. I think that's all right. I think you can still share a video of a guy dipping, talking about the Constitution, right? Probably the only channel that, like, some city dude dipping, talking about the Constitution. Save the bruise for afterwards, the after party. So, All right, so I don't even remember where I was, but I think I was talking about how we can make this country great again. Making America great again, obviously. Um, hopefully get out there and early vote. I'll either do it tomorrow or today. I don't know. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to early vote, get it knocked out. I do believe that we can fix this mess. I mean, we got to. We have to fix this mess. Otherwise, what do we turn into? We turn into some place where folks are turning each other in for passing gas in the wrong in the wrong places or whatever. I mean, legislation has gotten so ridiculous. All branches of government have gotten so ridiculous, so drunk with power that the laws and the legislation that they're passing is just ridiculous. And I don't know anybody that can argue with that. Even the cops listening and watching me and stuff, like, it doesn't make us any safer. And it definitely doesn't make us any safer to ignore the real bad guys and then go after patriots. I mean, come on, patriots are not anything. In patriots, short for patriotic Americans, are the best people, God-fearing, gun-toting, people. That's what they are. I mean, they are the people that would protect this country against anything, anything. They would protect this country and they would protect their neighbor against anything and everything. Those are the people that you want to flourish. That's the people that you want to be able to speak their mind and spread the truth. You want people, I think, like me, to be able to make videos like this, to put on somebody who's a liberal, I don't want to say liberal, a leftist 6 years ago now, when I was a leftist and I was indoctrinated and I didn't know nothing about the Constitution. I mean, I learned about it a little bit in school and in government and school, but at the same time I was indoctrinated all these years to be a leftist. So, I would have loved to see somebody like me, somebody my age, somebody my race, if you want to use race, my just my background. I think you can relate, and people break through a lot better when you can relate to them. Because if it's somebody that doesn't look like you, or somebody maybe that's, I mean, you got to be honest. If somebody doesn't look like you, somebody doesn't, speak like you, somebody doesn't do the things you do, it's harder for you to keep interest in what they're saying. It's harder for you to relate to somebody that you can't relate to. It's harder to absorb the information when you're not interested, when you're bored, or when you're, not attached to every word coming out of their mouth. It's way harder. But if you got somebody, I get out of high school, or even when I was in high school, if there was YouTube, and I got somebody who's sitting up there looking like me, talking like me, likes the same hobbies as me, this, that, and the other, I'm going to be like, damn, like, I'm going to be hooked on every word. I'm going to be wondering, what is this guy talking about? And up until probably the last 4 or 5 years, whatever it's been, I've met more people like me that do the same things, that like the same things, camping and fishing, and love their family and go to church. I never talk about church on here, but it's like a bad day when I don't go to church. It's like it's a crappy day when I don't go to church. I feel like I should be at church. I'm God-fearing. I mean, above everything, even the FBI, I don't fear nobody as much as I fear God, and I know that bothers the atheist people out there, whatever. But I'm sure there's atheist fools out there spitting the Constitution too, letting you know, dropping knowledge in your language so you can absorb it. That's that's how I've been able to do this YouTube channel for so long, because I relate with people that are just like me, and people relate with me because I'm just like them. I'm not a green lizard person up here speaking in a foreign language. I'm a Hispanic, Democrat, registered Democrat, Constitution loving, American. And I didn't even know about any of this stuff. And I'm still learning. Every day I'm learning something about the Constitution. Every day I'm learning about freedoms. Every day I'm learning about liberty. And you know, just because I don't like something, or just because I don't like what somebody has to say, as long as it's within the Constitution and they're not committing treason, then, you know, then you can relate, you can listen, you can absorb that information. And that information has to come out of my mouth in a way that that I'm still me, that I'm still being me, but at the same time, I am that I am still able to relay my message. So if, you know, Michelle Fiore wants to show my video to somebody, she doesn't have to get a, you know, a message about, you know, well, this guy is, you know, he may be speaking all truths and everything, but he's sitting there getting smashed and waving around guns and this, that, and that, the other. And I could be Hispanic and registered Democrat all I want, but that don't change anything. So I have to evolve. I have to. I mean, if you don't evolve, I think, you know, evolution obviously is inevitable. I don't think that somehow you got to be trapped in this box and I just got to be this one person and that's all I can do for 4 or 5 years on the YouTube. I mean, I do this. I'm not, I mean, I get like a little bit of bucks here and there off this thing, but I'm not making $1 million. I mean, most of the time when I think about it, it's not even worth it. Not all the trouble that comes with it doing this, because there's a lot of baggage that comes with this. Especially when you don't make crap for money, especially when you're trying to raise 2 kids and you're trying to teach the kids too. And then, you know, years down the line, or even when they hear me doing some of these chats, they're probably like, you know, I'm not setting the right example for them by doing that. I mean, just being honest, just being truthful like I always am. You know, I gotta evolve. I gotta I don't want to say turn into. I gotta evolve into something that this message could be carried, this message could be shared, this message could be downloaded, this message could be shared far and wide so that people could see, you know, oh, because I just point something out. The way that the news and the way that a lot of these people try to make stuff out to be, it's only the right-wing extreme right-wing extremists that have these views. You know, the Constitution is totally, you know, it's for white racists, and I've tried to make, especially probably like this last year, to dispel that all the way to the core. You know, even at work where I work with a lot of Hispanic people, so I can bring that knowledge to them that, look, you don't have to be what society and what the media says you have to be. You don't owe nothing to Mexico or any whatever, wherever you came from. You owe everything to America because you were lucky enough to be born here. I was lucky enough to be born here. So I owe everything to my children. I owe everything to this country. I owe everything to the great state of Nevada. That I love this state to death. I've been all over this country. I've been all over the world, and there's nothing like the United States, and there's definitely nothing like Nevada. I love it here. I don't want to be chased out of my own city. I don't want to be persecuted in my own city. If there is any good law enforcement out there listening, if there is anybody, you know, who gives a damn about the Constitution, I think that they should be vocal and say, look, it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to be secret police, and we don't have to be running around rounding up patriots. We believe in that, and this guy, he may look different, he may not be law enforcement, I don't have to agree with everything he says, but the core principle, the core fact, the main, you know, the main enchilada is the Constitution and upholding the Constitution. Because even if you're law enforcement, even if whatever you are, with the way things are going, your children are going to have no future, because your children might not follow in your steps and be law enforcement. They might be, you know, they might be nobodies. They might be not really nothing. But if you could put some values out there to what we stand for and uphold those values, and you law enforcement out there also that are the good guys, then it secures the future of our children. It secures our way of life, our American way of life that is totally, it's totally under siege right now by foreign actors, by people that wish nothing more than to see this country fall. I've done this stuff for a long time, and I've had falling outs and I've had disagreements with people to where it's so divisive and stuff because I won't go down the anti-cop road. But yet I've been called anti-cop. No, and it's like, damn, if you know anything about me, if you watch any of my stuff, then you know that my family is law enforcement. So you can't expect me to be what you are because that's what you believe. You know, I'm not, that's not me. That's not me. That's not who I'm going to be. And I can't be like you. I don't have to be like you. That's my choice as an American to be my own man, to speak my own message, to not have to go by some script that somebody wrote for me. You know, I can convey this message perfectly and articulate, and I can convey this message the way I want to do it. But I can also convey a message that's cleaned up so that it reaches beyond the 23, 25 people that have been in and out of this room. It'll be more here soon. But if I want to evolve, I want to take this to the next level to where my voice is getting out, because am I wasting my breath by constantly talking to the wall? And by talking to the wall, I mean talking to the same people that I always talk to, that have the same views as me and everything. Then my message never gets past that. My message has to go beyond that. My message has to grow. My message has to go out to everybody. It has to be palatable for everybody to soak in. But I can be myself because I'm a free man, and I can convey a message of freedom and liberty and, you know, no tyranny. And I think anybody who is logical can understand that. The Constitution is under siege. Our way of life is under siege, and it's threatened to be thrown away, which means our future for our children and our grandchildren is not secure. And our duty as Americans is to make sure that our children and our grandchildren are taken care of, that they grow up with this way of life that we've grown up knowing. That's our responsibility. And there's different ways to do it. And there's the way I've been doing it and the way that I'll do it continuing. There's room for speculation and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes down to it, I love this country. I love my kids. I love what the Constitution stands for. Everybody in the way that's trying to destroy that is the real, criminals. You know, those are the real people trying to take away, so selfishly take away or follow unlawful orders to fill their pockets, even if it's a $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, salary a year or whatever. It doesn't. Money never can justify anybody doing anything unlawful. It has to be constitutional. It has to be told, that this country is great. It's not so great right now, but it can be great again. We can come together as brothers and sisters, because there's people all over this world that are living in hellholes. They're living under total dictatorships, and they can't do these kind of things like get on here and do this. So I don't want that future for my children. I want a future that is awesome for my children, and I want to be able to continue doing what I do without being persecuted. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be harassed. I don't want to be threatened just for speaking what I feel is the hardcore truth, hard-hitting truth in this fight for liberty. I don't think anything I'm saying in this chat is wrong or bad or anything like that. I think I'm speaking nothing but truth, like I always have, but with taking a different angle at it, trying something different, and see that way when any of these folks go to share my stuff, I can't listen to it because this guy he's drunk. This guy is dropping an F-bomb every other second, and I can't listen to it. Then that writes off all the other people that I can that I can, you know, convey my message to. And I really want it to grow. I really want to be able to, you know, I want people to look at it and say, look, this guy's got his stuff together, you know. And in the military, you were either squared away or you were a shitbag. I think I could say shitbag, right? In the military, you were either squared away or you were a shitbag. And I don't want to be a shitbag, all right? That's the way I look at it. If it offends people, I haven't even looked at the comments yet. I could have all bad comments. I could have all dislikes right now. I don't know. But I freaking love this country. I am my brother's keeper. I love my brothers and sisters in this country that are patriotic. I love my children to death, you know, and I can't imagine a future without them. I can't imagine being persecuted and everything like that for conveying this message of liberty, you know, and justice for all, and we the people and all that good stuff. It has to be able to reach all levels. I have to be able to reach more people. I have to be able to have my videos shared far and wide and people absorb it and get past all the bull crap that people get hung up on. And it sucks that we live in a world that people get hung up on whether I'm having a beer or the way I'm talking or whatever, but that's just reality. That's just the world we live in, you know. The 80s and 90s, I grew up knowing, I mean, you could watch television and stuff, and the kids in the movies were drinking and smoking and this, that, and the other. I mean, that's Twilight Zone stuff now. Now they want to put boys in girls' bathrooms and all this other crazy stuff that I'm not going to list off. You know the list. But we've come so far in a bad way that, you know, the ship has to be righted. People got to come together. We got to come together as brothers and sisters. We got to have each other's backs. The divisiveness needs to stop. You know, I'm not going to say everything that you love, but at the same time, I have a good purpose, and I've always been 100%, and I'm going to try to remain. I'm going to remain that person. But I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna kick it up a notch and do this a different way, you know. And I think, you know, I mean, regardless of what other people think, I got a family to answer to, you know, I got kids to answer to, and that's why I'll do what I do and do it this way if this is what it takes. I stepped away from all the drunk chats and all this, that, and the other for a while now because, you know, it's the fourth quarter. Stuff is really more serious than it's ever been. And I mean, if you're going to come to play, you have to have your game face on, you know. I mean, the time for having fun and all that stuff, I guess that's all good when you're not, you know, I guess, I mean, it's all good to have fun and everything funny and everything, but it's not really funny right now. All this stuff is not funny. It's scary. It's scary as hell to think that we've come this far in the wrong direction. You know, I mean, if Hillary Clinton gets elected, I mean, that is a nightmare scenario. That is the worst thing that could happen to this country. The rights need to be righted. The wrongs need to be wronged, you know, and it needs to be pointed out. It needs to be articulated and something that everybody can understand and everybody can share. So I'm going to do some shout outs and then I'm going to end this. I hope you guys enjoy this. I give you permission to download this and upload it on your channel, or, you know, do a summary and just talk about it. Just talk about this, that, hey, I know this guy, Tactical Tony, you know, and I know he's a good guy and I know he has good intentions. There's no reason why he should be being persecuted for believing in what I believe in. You know, I put myself out here and I put my family and everybody else in jeopardy for this. You know, some may call it a hobby or whatever, but it's my YouTube, you know. I'm free. I'm free to take it out, take it down any avenue I want. Take it, you know, I'm in my own lane, you know, so I'm free to do whatever I want with this channel. Burn it down. If I want to burn this channel down, you know, I'm free to do that. But that's not what I want to do. I want to take it to the next level. I want people to be able to share this. So I'm going to do shout outs. Thank you, Johnny. I'm gonna shout everybody out, but I got one big shout out, and I need you guys to understand. And you can go on her website and get her phone number. And I've done videos about her before. Michelle Fiore, the most stand-up, patriotic politician I've ever met in my whole life. She went down with me. She was even early. She met with me, and she walked through the fire with me. She put her ass on the line, you know, to represent me. And she just knows me from calling her and then her seeing last night's YouTube. She didn't have to do that, you know. If every politician was like her, this country would be awesome. It'd be on the right track totally. Michelle Fiore is a stand-up human being, a stand-up patriot. She's taken a lot of flack. I'll say this, she didn't say this, but I'll say this, she might have even lost her election bid for, I think she was going for Congresswoman back in June or July or whatever. I think that she might even have lost that for standing on her principles, standing up for her views, standing up for patriots. I think, you know, that it affects you, especially if you're running for public office. That kind of stuff affects you because they like to chop her stuff up and take sound bites and run with it and put it out and try to make her to be this bad person when it's a total opposite. I've never met a politician, but I've never really wanted to meet a politician. But to me, Michelle Fiore is a rock star. Those kind of people I look up to. Those kind of people, I appreciate everything that they do. And I even told her, and maybe she didn't know. I mean, she kind of looked surprised, but I told her, a lot of people look up to you. A lot of people respect you. A lot of people love what you do, including myself. You know, get her number, call her, tell her, I heard about you on Tactical Tony 702. I heard that you went out on a limb and you helped this guy out, and you're willing to help him out. We love Tony, and we're so glad that you would be willing to stick your neck out and put it out there for a patriot like Tony. You know, those kind of messages, those kind of emails to her and to her secretary and stuff, I think would really, you know, pick her up and let her know that she's in the good fight. I know she knows that, but I can't thank her enough. I can't thank her enough. I thanked her up and down today, and I can't thank her enough for what she's doing, what she's done, what she continues to do. And more politicians, we need to elect more politicians like her. She is a great American. I hope she goes down in the history books for everything she's done, and I hope she's looked back at like George Washington and Thomas Paine and all these other guys. I hope and I pray that that's how history looks back on her. I hope that everything she did is not for nothing. I hope that people know, and I'm telling you as a person who met with her today, she is a great person, and she is totally, you know, for the Constitution and patriotic, and she puts her money where her mouth is when it comes to saying she's going to do what she's going to do, and she did. I'm not going to get into details about it, but just take my word for it. Call her, email her, and thank her, and let her know, you know, what kind of person she is. A great person, a great politician, and that we need more politicians like her. We need more people that are willing to forget about the money and forget about the fame and the fortune and all that crap and put it all out there for Americans. She loves Americans. She loves Nevadans in particular, because that's where she's at here. And she's from New York, you know, so she loves people like us. She loves what we're doing, you know, and she was there, and I want you guys to know that, and I want you guys to call her. I want you to thank her. I want you to email her. I want you to flood her with nothing but love, because she is a great, great, great woman, and I can't express that enough. So I'm doing it here in this video. I hope you guys understand how genuine, how sincere I am for her and everything she's doing, and people that are like her, because they're being intimidated, they're being messed with just like any of us are being also. So This video's long. You know, big ups to her, shout outs, whatever you want to call it. She's great. She's a great, great person. And she does what she says she's going to do. And that, I mean, what more else can you ask from a person who's in public office, you know, to risk what they do and risk even not being elected again or whatever for standing up for Americans, for standing up for Nevadans in particular. People like that need to be held up and celebrated because she's a great person, you know. And that's what I got. Hope she sees this. I'll probably shoot this to her, and hopefully she sees it. Hopefully she enjoys it. Hopefully, hopefully this video makes her proud. You know, I have no problem cleaning up the language, presenting myself, you know, better or whatever you want to call it, so that more people can get this message, so this can be shared, so people can see and share the hell out of this and say, look, it's not a drunk guy on there rambling this, that, and the other. We got a Hispanic Democrat, you know, liberal. I like to call myself a liberal. I think I'm liberal with a lot of stuff. And I don't have to switch my stuff to Republican. I don't have to be some part of some other whatever. I can be myself, and I can convey this message in the way I want to convey it in, and makes it better. She can share this. People like her can share this. Chris Ann Hall, another patriot. A lot of these people, they can share stuff like this and not worry about, you know, getting a message that this guy is doing this and he's doing that. And no, pay attention to my message. It's just like when I started, when people complained about the way I dressed or the way I looked or whatever. It's just as stupid, you know. Focus on the message. Don't focus on the messenger. Focus on the message. That's what I want people to realize, or that's what I want people to absorb, whatever the word is. I can't think right now. But don't focus on the messenger. Focus on the message. And me as the messenger, I will clean it up so it's palatable to everybody, and more people can absorb this, and more people can share this, and my message can get out more than just, you know, my 3,000 subs. I can take it to the next level and have everybody watching, so they could see, you know, it's, you know, people that believe in the Constitution aren't white, racist, whatever, you know, all the stuff they misogynistic and Islamophobic and this and that and blah, 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 all these titles, you know. I wouldn't even never point out the fact that I'm Hispanic, that I'm a Democrat, this and that and the other, but it is important because people will look at me and go, oh, well, he looks like a gangbanger, or, you know, he looks like a white right-wing extremist, when it's the opposite. Democrat, registered Democrat, Hispanic, first generation, you know, in this country, proud to be American, Constitution loving. I love my children. I love the Constitution. I love America. I love liberty. I love guns. And I love being able to talk to all these people. I love that all you fools have my back. It means the world to me. It's what's motivated me and kept me going, is that you guys, it motivates me to keep going on here. When people tell me, dude, you're in the right, don't worry, you're in the right, we got your back, that kind of stuff right there, you know, that stuff is the world to me. That's the only thing that's kept me going on here. That, and like I said, my kids, you know, wanting to preserve liberty for them. That's the kind of stuff that, yes, Navy vet, what's up, Adamatic Army, the message has to go beyond just our group or our couple of groups or whatever. It's got to go on to the people that are indoctrinated. It's got to go on to the people that are on the fence, the people that are unsure. This country is definitely worth standing up for, okay? I'm not going to use any other terms or any other words, but it's definitely worth standing up for and conveying a positive message about liberty and what the Constitution really is. And I'm still learning. I'm learning every day. I mean, I've pretty much read the whole Constitution, but I don't have a whole total grasp on the whole thing, because I think it's probably like the Bible. You gotta read that mofo over and over and interpret it and absorb it and understand what the founding fathers wanted to create for us. You know, these are rights that are God-given. No man gave us this rights. No man gave us these rights. No man can take these rights away. These rights are God-given, and especially if you believe in God. I'm not trying to have a church sermon here, but I believe in God. I'm Catholic. I totally believe that these rights are God-given and that God gave us this energy. He gave us all this to be able to speak the truth and put our views out there and wake up other people. Wake up other people. There's a lot of people that are still asleep. There's a lot of people that have been indoctrinated so bad that they're like an AIDS patient. They're in desperate need of medication, and the medication is the Constitution. The medication is God and the God-given rights that were given to us, and that's what the founding fathers wanted for all of us. Because then it's not so easy to tear down. It's not so easy to just throw us away. You know, when you're speaking the truth and you're letting people know and you're trying to wake up the people, you know, that this stuff is messed up and we have to right the rights and wrong the wrongs. We gotta be able to do that. Otherwise, we don't have anything. We don't have anything to preserve for our children. And I mean, you don't necessarily even have to have children, but you're probably going to have children. And trust me, you want your children to be able to have, you know, a great life. You know, you want your children to be able to enjoy the same freedoms and liberty that we have been able to enjoy, even under tyranny, even under all this stuff. You know, you want that. Trust me, you want that. And I know you guys already know, so it's like talking to the wall. That's why I always say talking to the wall. It's definitely worth standing up for and spreading the message. So with that, I'm going to shout everybody out. I'm going to shut this thing down. I got nothing but love for you guys. I'm very thankful that you guys have my back and that you understand, you know, where I'm coming from and what I'm doing. And I'll continue to try to grow. I'll continue to try to come up with subjects, you know, more fact and less speculation on stuff, you know, because when you can prove something to somebody with hard facts, then it's easier than, you know, a lot of people have to see it to believe it type people, you know, they don't have faith in a lot of stuff. So I could talk forever, guys. Atomatic Army, Veritas 13, Fox, what's up, brother? QC Hemp 420, what's up, bro? If you're new or you're just watching my stuff, I always do these shout outs because these are the people that make it happen. HRM Weapons Machinist, Hoax Whore Hunter, It's Like Lava, G Mango, Sparks, Johnny Master at Arms Done, High Desert Pioneer, Tracy. Tracy's a good guy. What's up, brother? Bikes and Bullets, Saints and Sappers, Pale Horse Rider, yeah, got everybody. Drop Core, Partisan Guerrilla, A-Train 904, Kyle Sherman, Ed Bravo, Baby Girl, Jared on the Loose. PC, no rainbows, dude. Oh, man, you guys are great. I'm not fixing to sing Kumbaya with all y'all, but, well, Automatic. I got you now. The way it's spelled, I thought it was automatic. So automatic. G Torres out there. And like I said, I ain't fixed to seeing kumbaya with all y'all, but I got nothing but love for you guys. I know that a lot of people love this country, and I mean, you're my brothers, you're my sisters, and you know, this is where it's at, and you know, I hope I can continue to come up with stuff to talk on here and hit home. I hope to like try to get a little bulletin or a little list made up when I start these things, so I'm not just wandering aimless in the dark, kind of like I am right now, just going off subject, going on subject, going off. You know what I mean? Because some people don't have time to sit here and watch a hour-long chat. You know, they want to get the facts, and they want to get back onto the next YouTube video or back onto their lives or whatever. But you know, I'm long-winded as hell, like I always am. But I just got a lot to say. You know, I got I got a lot of love to show. I got a lot of props and shout-outs to do to people, because we all been going through it. We all know how messed up it is, and all we all want to do is just be left alone. All we want to do is raise our children, you know, and go to church and not worry about, you know, the pastor getting blown up or something in sermon because we let a bunch of psychos into this country. That's not America. Then you're just in some third world hellhole if that's how we're going to live. So I hope you guys get the gist of this. You can watch last night's chat if you want the play-by-play with the beer in it. I'm not going to take that down. The other channel is down. It's just down. I don't know. They'll put the fear of God in you. I tell you that. These guys that are watching and stuff, and hopefully I can get through to them too, you know, that I just love this country and I just want to see it go in the right direction. You know, I would hope that law enforcement in this city and in this county would stand up for a person like me and protect me from you know, people that want to come in and take me away from my family. I hope that the law enforcement that thinks I'm anti-cop, you're totally off. You totally don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know my background. You don't know my family if that's how you think. People are free to think and however they think about law enforcement, but that's my family's law enforcement, and I got nothing but love for what they do. And I know my family are constitutional, you know, law enforcement. I know they're not, you know, jackbooted thugs out there doing the king's work. You know, everything's not perfect. You know, there's assholes in every field, in every job, in everything that's done. There's always somebody who's an a-hole, you know, that just doesn't get it. But do you discount the good ones because of the bad ones? That's the same thinking and the same reasoning as the people that think bad about people that believe in the Constitution and believe that, oh, it's only white people, you know, that are out there and they're crazy, they're right-wing extremists and this, that, and the other. No, man, the people that love the Constitution, we come in all shapes, sizes, creeds, and colors and all that. So that's what needs to be put out there, that we, you know, it's not just one group of people that think like this. You know, it's the same reasoning to me that people think that every cop is out there to do whatever, or every LEO is out there to do bad. Well, that's the same reasoning, that's the same logic they use in the patriot community, that they're just here and they're anti-government and they're anti-cop and this, that, and the other. And that's not right. That's not right, because a lot of us guys, especially people that were in the military, you know, have family in law enforcement and know that, you know, my family is good people. I don't know anybody else, but I know my family is good people, and I know what they stand for. And for somebody to unconstitutionally do me yesterday, and then tell me I'm anti-cop or I'm anti-this or I'm anti-that. You don't know me. You can watch all these YouTube videos that you want, but you don't know me. You don't know who I am. You don't know who my family is. You don't know what I stand for, obviously. And I could probably say that 20 more times, but I don't think I'm like anybody else. I think I'm like people in a certain way that love the Constitution and stuff, but I'm still in my own lane. I'm still doing my own thing. I'm still my own person. I still pick my own way, my own method to deliver my message. And this better be a home runner right here.